Hey, we're live. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to Everyday Magic. Yay. Sometimes the magic is just trying to get tech to work, right?
Oh, seriously, I had a hard time trying to figure all this out.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure, everybody understands. We all have that happen to us every now and then, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Always and forever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so frustrating. It always seems to happen at a time when you're in a hurry, but at the same time we're good because we start early, our little tech check, so we can you know mitigate any issues that come up, hopefully.
Yes. And there always seems to be a little bit of issues, but that's all good. We work through them, or I work through them.
Yeah, I tried to be encouraging. I hope it helped.
Yes, you were very, very encouraging.
Oh, so we're getting close to the end of the year. How do you feel about that?
I am definitely ready to allow this year to pass gently into a new season of
Mm,
beautiful, healing, calming energies moving forward.
that
And so,
sounds wonderful, and so
yeah.
it is. Yes. And I'm tuning into that gently. I really, words are powerful. Words are
Yeah.
spells, as I like to say.
Yes.
And just saying them makes me feel that it's possible.
Yeah, I think we all could use a little bit more of a gentle nature, gentle environment, gentle surroundings, and all that beautiful stuff. Because I know I'm not the only one that has had a rough year, and I think this has been, I don't know, some kind of knowledge gaining year, to put it nicely, for many.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. In some respects, I think, it was a little better than last year, and
Yeah.
yet not, because there's getting used to things, and yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, this year knocked me on my butt.
But you're making the most of it. Like, I know, for one, when it comes to creating magic in our lives, I mean, just normal things like your environment and things, that make you feel better. Like, just knowing, the stuff you're creating, the soaps you're creating and stuff like that. You might not have done that if life was just really good and things are flowing,
And
right?
you are so for true. Definitely with that. And I really do feel like situations in life, not only for me, but everyone, that is wisdom gained to be able to share the knowledge and pass that along to others, or to find some form of healing or some form of comfort that can expand. I always believe in the ripple effect. And, it's just, I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have if this year wasn't so shitty, to put it beautifully.
So poetic.
Yes, yes.
But I did have in my head shit show. Without the shit show, we're not going to show up
Yeah.
and find a way through it. And yeah, so it's interesting that out of it all, you needed to clean up your act. So you created soaps. I love it. So can you talk a little about that process of you creating these soaps? Now, I mean, people might not know about it, but so let me just kind of say. So Raphael creates these energy clearing soaps and serenity soaps and things like that. And the cool thing is she's not strict on what the recipe is and all this sort of thing. Raphael's in total flow when she does it. And can you just take us through the process, not like literally, but I mean your thought process or the energy that you go through when you're creating, like the first time you created these soaps? Can you
Hmm.
you want to share that?
Yeah, actually, it's funny because I was just talking to my daughter last night, and I'm like, "What made me create soaps? Like, what? Like, I don't even remember." And like, I just like, what prompted me to do that? And everything was just like such a weird blur when like I went out. I'm like, I just had this push, internal push, spiritual push, intuition, what have you. I don't know, but we went out and got supplies, and I already had it in my mind what I needed to have in the soap.
Well, I know you've said before, one of the tips that you have is using salt, plain old kitchen salt, nothing fancy, just plain salt and our table salt or whatever it's called to help clear, cleanse, and ground. So
Yeah,
you've been saying that for like years. And then you created soap, and one of the main ingredients in your first batch, at least I think,
yeah,
was salt.
a lot of salts, and I actually energetically it's like I have a friend. I'm like always saying, "Did you cleanse with salt today?" And I always say, "Put a salt bowl beside your bathroom," and it's as easy as just picking it up and just rubbing your hands and cleansing and clearing, and it's a quick fix because I always say that energetically, you know how furniture collects dust.
Unfortunately, I do.
I think many people I think many people know that. And so same with our, spiritual beings, our bodies, our auras, what have you. It's it constantly starts collecting, and it starts weighing you down, and there's that coding, and we don't have that, the knowledge or the um I'm so good at not practicing what I preach. I don't.
Aren't we all? It's so much
Yes.
easier to delegate than it is to do things for ourselves.
Yes, exactly. So I actually, energetically made this for my friend because it's just like I'm gonna get her to do this. And it's such a easy thing. Everybody washes their hands. And so it's
Hopefully.
like, yeah, well, I think most people do. But it's just like it's such a simple and easy way to do a quick fix. And so this quick fix is definitely, there's a lot of salts in this blend. Um, and, along with, sage and yerba santa and different things like that, and a little bit of special magic sauce and a lot of intention. And, I was playing some chanting music in the background of universal love and clearing, and I had to light some incense and also some sage, and it was like a whole big process, and a little bit of this, and I didn't measure anything because I was just listening to my intuition completely with it. And amazing, like it's just like it was a urge, and I feel like it was just I made it not even for the meaning of selling it, but it's just went poof. Like
And
I'm
I
already
love that. I love that. But
almost.
you said intuition, but I want to clarify that because when you were talking to me about it, you were feeling the energy. See, and
I,
I know some people think when you say intuition, people think, oh, you get this hit, this download, this Christopher Walken moment. But it's just listening and watching the energy. And I was fascinated that you were paying more attention to that than what the ingredient was or how much or measurement, and tweaking based on how it made you feel. And I
yeah,
think that's so important. People
yeah.
need to know that we can all do that.
Oh, 100%. And like I don't want to leave out my guides or the angels or the energies that were working with me and all that because
Teamwork.
it was that, but it was also like using myself as a compass or as a guide, a measuring tool too of like, yeah, it needs a little bit more of this, so it's yeah, I think it's working in unison and with self also.
Yeah.
I do.
And I really think it comes through in the product itself because I've experienced it. We did that little video of me doing the sample. Plus I have my own now. And yeah, I think the magic is in all of the process
Oh,
of how
definitely.
you created it and how each batch is going to be different each time. And I really feel that all of us are empathic in our own way. It comes down to even the everyday things we get. We buy a loaf of bread at the store and this and that, and we may think we're just having a bad day, but maybe we're picking up on the energy of whoever was at the bakery at the time making like I think bottom line is if we all were more intentional and present in what we're doing and what energy we're putting into what we create, even if it's something as simple as making a meal, it makes a big difference in how it's received. That's how
One,
I feel anyways.
yeah, 100%, because, like, we're more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. So, if you're in a shitty ass mood and you're trying to create something beautiful, that energy is going to have I feel anyways, and, kind of like what you just said, that energy that you're creating is going to take on that energy that you're putting into this, what you're doing with this product or what have you.
Yeah. Yeah. But the nice thing is, even if that was the case, we also have the ability to clear the energy and start over. So we have that loaf of bread. We're in a crappy mood. And it could be like, well, let's clear the energy of that and reset it and put better intention into it. So it's not like we're stuck with whatever was made in malice, right? Like we still have that presence of mind to shift how we want to feel. Like recently on my page, actually it's probably on my personal page, I asked people, what does success feel like? And we get comments from, well, I don't really think about success, it's very businessy, to it feels like you win the lottery. And but how does it feel? Like feeling means more than the act itself, I feel. It makes a big difference in our experiences is in how we feel things.
And I think a lot of people mislabel success in society.
Yeah. 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 We see it as it's got to be money or it's got to be winning something, where the answers I loved the most were, I can't remember verbatim, but I think it was Jane who said it, something about, feeling happy, joyful. That is the epitome of success, because no matter what you have or what you strived for, dreamt for, and you crushed whatever you needed to do and you made it, how do you feel? That's the success. That to me is the bottom line of, and realistically is we can feel that every day. Even if we haven't achieved our dreams yet, we can still have that success fulfilling every day. And which kind of brings me back to our first conversation is about your product and your soaps, because it's not just about the soap. You also have well, it depends, because I know there's different things, but the intention jars, I love that
Yes.
too. And this brings it back to the energy you were feeling of, there were different ingredients in each intention jar, and your little affirmation you wrote, even without seeing what it was, you felt how some would go better with. Yeah, you would explain it better than me.
Yeah, well, definitely. There's like, there's a scroll, like a universal message or channeled message, and the intention jars. And I had it, and it's just like, no, like this energy does not go with this energy of the soap. And just like the other day, I sold soaps, and one, I'm like feeling that out for this wonderful person that bought some, and it's like I was kind of stuck, and I'm like, would you like, because one was like mindsets, the other one was heart, and which energetically I felt from the product. And so it's like one had more heart energy and it was going to do more work with the hearts.
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
so it's like shifting the energies. Yeah, with the scroll and the intention jar. Yeah, I had to place them with the right soap, if that makes sense.
And I love that. And knowing too that you're very tuned into how you feel energy. And I love what you said before, that you have your guides, the angels, they're all part of the team. You're all part of your team.
Always,
And that's the magic ingredient.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I feel like if more people were open to spiritual support, spiritual guidance, we're not meant to do it on our own. I feel that we're all meant to have, the energies that surround us, the energies that guide us, our higher selves, all that kind of stuff. It's not, you're not this like soldier, I got everything and it's just me. No, it's about being open and allowing guidance, help, support, and love.
I agree. Yeah, when we feel we have to do it ourselves, I think we're really cutting ourselves off from things. Like, I'm a firm believer that we were put on this earth not to be solo. We have a team up there that are, that are there energetically to support us. Just as when we're not of this earth anymore, we're doing the same thing. We kind of trade off. And I really believe that we have like a soul group of people, a council, if you will, of people, or not even people, spirit of some sort. I mean, who knows? I'll just have to wait till I die and come back and explain it to everybody. But you usually start out with a blank slate again.
You
It's,
have like amnesia, and then you're like, ow.
I forget, and that's the thing. We're meant to forget why we decided we wanted to come down here, and the lessons and the for lack of a better term, the lessons we're meant to learn, the things we're meant to grow from. Because if we knew the answer, we probably wouldn't make the decisions we make, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a couple pretty cool experiences of, like the blueprint and making my life path. I do not remember what it was, but I do remember that is like, oh, maybe I should rewrite it a little bit. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And yeah, we're definitely, we're not meant to know, or else it would just be a simple breeze. And, but yeah,
Yeah.
I actually was having this conversation actually the other night again with my daughter. Geez, we talk a lot. Of how children come, like if you have more than one child and you raise them exactly the same, absolutely the same consequences, same love, same, patience, same guidance, all that beautiful, wonderful stuff that as poor parents deal with and gaining gray hair and wrinkles through it all. But each one is energetically different.
Yes.
And, there's, you try to steer them. Oh, hi, Tammy. You try to steer them down this beautiful, easy path of where life is easy and they're safe and they're secure and, don't go out of the boundaries and stay, but they're gonna go on their own path. Yes, be there, all that, but like I can tell you, each one of my children were, and there's not anything that you can do about it other than being solid within self, stay stable, stay strong, be there when they need to come to you. But I came to this realization a long time ago is they are souls too. And they are here to gain wisdom, knowledge through life experiences. And there's no stopping that because they have their path already, figured out where they need to go and experience and work through.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think, and I can only speak to other people who have had kids, but I believe in my life that I've learned more by being a parent than just being a human. Just learning how sometimes you just got to bite your tongue. Sometimes there you can't control things, and that there you have to allow them to make mistakes, get messy, and still be there to support them. And that's, to me, that's been the most challenging part. Even though I've had it pretty easy, I gotta say, I've had it really easy. I lucked out big time in the daughter department, but there are, it's been my biggest learning, for sure. It's my biggest gift in so many ways, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been a great conversation. Hi, Tammy. Nice to see you here. Thanks for commenting, letting us know. It is hard to do it. And that's what I mean. That's been the most growth for me is, when you're on your own, you're like, yeah, I want to do this thing, or I'm going to stand up for blah, blah, blah. And sometimes you just got to bite that tongue. And
yeah. Do you know what's really, really coming, like screaming at me right now is, I don't know, like, I haven't really put too much thought into it, but control is just an illusion.
Oh, totally. It totally is.
Like
yeah.
With everything. We feel that we have control over one situation or another situation, or our finances, or our everything in this world. We feel that we have control over. One small hiccup, one small thread, we lose energetically control, right? So
Yeah.
I feel the only thing that is truly where you can gain the wisdom of control is getting to know the inner self and the inner state, because you can't control all that, but you can control this.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And as I always say, the only thing you can control is how you respond to things, how you react and respond. That's the one true thing you can control, because there's even our body. There's things that we cannot control. Can we stop our own heartbeat? No. We can't even hold our breath. Eventually, we got to take a breath, right? So, yeah, there's being aware of our own inner self and our responses, what we're capable of. Even what our weaknesses are doesn't mean, oh, I can't do that because I can't, right? But it's an awareness of knowing when to push and try harder, or when to just accept things as they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it isn't easy. And like Tammy said, it's hard to do. And that is what it is. And that's all how we grow and learn. And yeah, all those fun things.
Yeah.
So just to kind of sew things up a little bit here, I have an Oracle deck, the Soul Trees Ascension deck. I thought I would pull a card for the collective. How do you feel about that?
I will agree. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. How do you respond?
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, because I think it's important that I like to believe in the beyond what we can see, hear, and feel. There truly is more magic in the world than we can even fathom. But the thing is, we've got to be open to it. We've got to be open to creating our own magic. We've got to have willingness to create our own magic. That's what it says. It's hard, it's fuzzy in the camera, but it says willingness. And to me, it's like this tree, it's trying to grow, and yet it has to be willing to bend with the storms and the wind, and be willing to grow in a new direction compared to where you want to go. It's okay to have aspirations and have direction, but we also have to be willing to, when the path changes, to make a decision or to go with the flow, if you will, even if it's not quite the direction you wanted to go. That's where stubbornness can kind of stunt our growth, because we don't truly know where we're meant to go in order to gain the enlightenment we're here to gain. Right? Who are we to say, no, I need to go over there? How the hell do you know?
Yeah.
You've got to be willing to do things that might not feel right because you had this thought and this direction in mind. You gotta, yeah. I don't know how else to say it.
Love it. Yeah. With that card that you're showing, is like, know when to let go was the biggest thing. I think too many people, you keep on trying to, push your way through that brick wall or through that door that you don't have the key, and that's a pretty freaking heavy duty door. So it's like, learn, not learn, but be willing to let go, because when you're let go, that's where the miracles can happen.
Yes, I love that. Yeah. Oh, and Tammy, I love what she says too. Branching off in different directions, but staying rooted. Yes, I love that. And that's where you're really being true to yourself, and you're really trusting your path, without needing to know all of the directions.
So I pulled a card also because I wanted to play too.
Of course.
Me too.
I expect nothing less.
How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about what?
Are you okay with that?
You pulling a card?
Yeah.
Always and forever. Bring it on.
Awesome. So this is Love Lends Me Wings.
What? Let's see. Pull it back a bit. It's too close.
Love lends me wings.
Love lends me wings?
No, it says love, comma, lend.
Oh.
I'm going to lend you my wings.
Lend me wings. Oh.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Let's see the card. To me, that really feels like, in those moments where we feel weaker or we aren't quite up to par. We don't have, like you already said it before, we don't have to do things by ourselves. We aren't alone.
Yeah.
Just open your heart.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And what I'm really picking up from this card for universal message is be aware, be open. Don't be so self-consumed energetically with self, because that's where everything grows and festers, and if there's whatever, it could become a big pile of something, right? And so it's like,
is it steaming?
That's what they're saying. And whereas, like, tune in, fall into your heart space, take a deep breath, and be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your neighbor. Be aware of the energies, the people that are maybe needing a little bit of extra support. And so I just feel like I think there's a lot of conception right now, like with really feeling, how is this affecting me? What is happening? Especially Christmas time. Everybody's like, like, I'm stressed, oh, I have to do this and this and this and this, and that's too many people to buy for, and money's tight, and all that beautiful fun stuff that, but I'm like getting focused in my own mess. Whereas, like, share, be aware of how other people are feeling, and reach out more.
Yeah.
Instead of being that stress ball of, too much is going on.
Yeah. And I feel perfection too, where some people are like, this has to be the best. I need it to be the best experience for my kids, or this or that. Like, that's a lot of pressure, and a lot of disappointment. When, how many times have we seen that, maybe even just in the movies, where everything needs to be perfect, and then the kid is just like, oh, well, that was all right. And of course you're expecting it to be like, wow, this is the best. And the reaction doesn't measure up to our own expectations of what we want. So all that wasted energy It's just too much. It's too much. But in this season of light, I really feel like that card was perfect. Between yours and mine, willingness to open your heart. It's the double message, I feel. And open it, like you say, for the people around you. One of my friends posted about being mindful of kids at this season, how they can act out and things like that. It's holiday stress for them too. They want to be good, but there's a lot of excitement and stress, so they're going to act out. So, having that awareness and just giving grace and opening up. I feel that when we open our hearts up, that energy can just flow to them. We're not forcing anything on anyone. It's out there for them to choose it if they want. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So
love it.
Yeah.
Does
well,
Tammy
this was
want a card?
What's that?
If Tammy's still here, does she want a card?
Well, let's ask. You want a card, Tammy, here? Whoever's here would like a card before we take off. We have our intuitive group tonight, too. So, yeah. Yeah, and you still have soaps available as well. So if anybody is interested in that, you can reach out, DM Raphael for her soaps. If you're interested in our intuitive group, reach out to us about that, too. We'll be doing a lot more in the new year as well. We got a yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, one already fell out for you, so I guess I'll go first if that's okay. Yours is
hi, Christina. Christina's here too.
Hello.
Okay.
All right. Darkness as a bride. And so energetically with this, Tammy, it just feels like it almost feels like there's cobwebs all around, and it's like there's like not knowing completely which direction to turn to, so on and so forth, and like where to clean up the maybe energies that are happening around you. And what I'm just really picking from this is there is so much wisdom that is going to be coming to you through these, I don't want to say hard or difficult times, but through these slow down phases in life. So it's slowing you down to be able to absorb the wisdom that is going to be a huge powerhouse for you in the future.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Hopefully that resonates.
What I pick up from that too is that sometimes the darkness is what provides the contrast we need. So when we see the light, and this is all like, what's the word I'm looking for? Philosophical, I don't know. But the contrast is what allows us to see where we do have light in our lives.
Nice.
That's what I feel from that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then I got this for Tammy. Where's the camera? Scarcity. So again, it's contrast. So this is when you see the things that in life that might feel a little more scarce, maybe they're a little more precious. Scarcity doesn't always have to be, oh, there's not enough, let's panic and try and get more. This is oftentimes where the gratitude can really build up in the things that we have little precious of. That's just what's coming.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And then Tammy says, I definitely felt the slowdown, but yes, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Yeah. And then Christina said she would love a card. So let's pull one for Christina, and then we'll say adiosi. I don't know what language that is.
Yeah, I was like, party.
All right. Who draws first?
Well, they're not letting me pick, and it feels like you might have a decision to be making and you're not wanting to make that decision is what I'm picking up from the energies of the cards.
Okay, so that's interesting because I picked up attention. So it really feels like what you put your attention on, make sure you're really focused on it. You know, it's one thing we can sit there and we can think we're being attentive and focused, and yet our mind is going somewhere else. So to me, attention goes along with intention. And it feels like it's definitely as above, so below. I'm really drawn to the roots and drawn to the branches. That all of it is what helps you grow, even what's unseen under the ground. And there you go. Hope that makes sense.
And so this card came out for you, Christina, and it says, heart is bleeding. And right now it almost feels like, I don't know, it could be like the Christmas season or a little bit, like things just kind of feel a little bit panicky, a little bit like a little bit of a bubbling soup or a simmering soup that has been there a little while. And it feels to me like what I'm receiving is that people are like coming at you, asking you, or energies are kind of swarming around you, and you're not ready because you don't have an answer yet or a solution to be able to respond. And so, you know, and I just, what's coming to me is that is okay. Take a time out, take a deep breath, I always say, and release and let it go and say, you know, I will get back to you. Yes, I will get back to you. You don't have to answer right away, is what is probably trying to come through for you right now. So hopefully that resonates.
I love that. To me, it goes along with this card as well, attention.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's vying for your attention, but you get to choose where you direct it. Yeah. Well, thank you. Happy holidays to you, Christina, and to you, Tammy, and to everyone who watches this as a replay. Let us know in the comments if any of those cards resonated with you, because if they did, there's a message in there for you as well. So that's it for this week. I know next week will be the big holiday, so maybe we'll have a special little broadcast for you. It won't be live, obviously, but we'll try and have something that will bring some holiday cheer to you. What do you think, Raph? How's that sound?
I think that's a beautiful, wonderful idea, and I say yes. So I'm in control of that.
Yes, bringing it full circle. Yeah. You're welcome, Tammy. Christina says, so appreciate your readings and all your beauty. Oh, thank you. Yours too.
Thank
and
you.
You got a night off, Christina. You didn't have to pull clarifiers. So thank you so much. Yeah. And we will see you next week. Monday is probably the last live that will be for that holiday week. So with Tarot After Dark. So I hope to see you there, 7 p.m. Pacific. Anyhow, have a super week. Bye, everybody.